Hello guys, welcome to PTK. Today we are going to discuss about while loop. I'm going to say you some things in while loop. They are the while loop with else, the infinite loop in while loop, the Python breaking continuous statements in while loop, one-line while loop, and nested while loop. Loops are used in programming to repeat a specific block of code. In this article, you will learn to create a while loop in Python. With the while loop, we can execute a set of statements as long as the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, program control passes to the line immediately following the loop or rest of the code. So I'm going to give you a syntax of a while loop. So this is the while loop. First we have to give the while keyword, and we have to give test expression and keep a colon. After we keep enter, it will come like this, and you have to write body of the while loops, that statements. Now in the while loop, test expression is checked first. The body of the loop is entered only if the test expression executes to true. After one iteration, the test expression is checked again. This process continues until the test expression executes to false. Python interrupts any non-zero value as true. Non and zero are interrupted as false. In the while loop, expression is checked first. The body of the loop is entered only if the test expression executes to true. After one iteration, the test expression is checked again. This process continues until the test expression executes to false. Python interrupts any non-zero value as true, and non and zero are interrupted as false. So when we give a while loop statement, it will enter the while loop. Afterwards, when the text expression is false, it will skip the loop and execute the rest of the code. But when it's true, it will go to the while loop body, that statement again, go to test expression again, checks if it's true or false. When it's false, it will skip this and execute the rest of the code, and it will keep on running till it becomes false. Now let me explain while loop with example. So here is an example. So I kept three variables, that is n is equal to 7, count is equal to 0, and I kept one counter variable I that's equal to 1. So and then I kept the while keyword. Then this is the condition. If while I is lesser than or equal than n, so it's true, then it will go here. That is count equals count plus 1. That means it will increment. So and it will increment 1 plus 1. So it's 0. So first it will go 0 plus 1. So when I execute it, it comes 1. And when I is equal to I plus 1 and I is already 1. So then I plus and 1 plus 1 is 2. And it will go to I, that's 2, and then it will check I is lesser than or equal. I is lesser than or equal than 7. So 2, it is true. So then it will count this. Then it's all then and it's true. So on 7, it is less than or equal than 7. That's true. So it executes 7. Then it will go to 8. If 8 is lesser than or equal than 7, it's false. So it skips the condition and skip the loop and execute the rest of the code. Now let me tell you about while loop with else. Same as with for loop, while loops can also have an optional else block. The else part is executed if the condition in the while loop evolves to false. The while loop can be terminated with a break statement. In such cases, the else part is ignored. Hence, while loop else part runs if there is no occurs and condition is false. So let me give one example in else. So here is one example. So if the while is false, it goes to else, then execute this and condition. Then it will skip the condition and execute the rest of the code. So till 7 it is true, but 8 it's false. So it goes to the else condition and execute this and skips the condition and execute the rest of the code. That is this. Let me give infinite loop. So if a loop becomes infinite, if a condition never becomes false, you must be cautioned when using while loop because of the possibility that the condition never resolves to false. This results in a loop that never ends. Such a loop is called an infinite loop. An infinite loop might be useful in silent server programming where the server needs to run continuously so that the silent programs can communicate with it as and when required. So let me give an infinite loop example. So I'll see, I gave an example. So I kept a variable var is equal to 1. So when I kept this while loop, this expression actually never becomes false. So if I execute it, it keeps on executing. If I come here, it keeps on executing. As you see here, it's simply coming like this. So now let me tell you about Python break and continue statements. The Python break statement immediately terminates a loop entirely. Program execution proceeds to the first statement following the loop body. The Python continue statement immediately terminates the current loop iteration. Execution jumps on the top of the loop and the controlling expression is re-evaluated to determine whether the loop will execute again or terminate. This distinction between break and continue is described here in the diagram. Now let me explain to you the Python break and continue statements in while loop. The Python break statement immediately terminates a loop entirely. Program execution to the first statement following the loop body. The Python continue statement immediately terminates the current loop iteration. The execution jumps on the top of the loop and the controlling expression is re-evaluated to determine whether the loop will execute again or terminate. The distinction between break and continue demonstrated in the following diagram. So, if we give a test expression and it's true, and we have to give it will go to the while loop body statement. If we give the break, then it will execute the rest of the code. But when the text expression is true, again it will go to while loop body. But if we keep a continue, it will continue from there, and it will execute. Now, so this is the example of break and continue statement. So here it is. So let's see what does it execute. So but why did it come? Let me explain it to you. As n is equal to 5. So if I keep while n is greater than 0, so the while is true. So it will go to the next one and it will be executing n minus 1. Every time it will increment minus 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4 and 5 minus, but I kept if n is equal to 2, so I made a break. So it will stop till break and I printed n. So from there it came 4 and 3 and stop, as we can break 2 and keep while loop ended here. Now let me keep continue here. So let's see what does come. If I keep this into continue, let's see what does it execute. So okay, 4, 3, 1, 2. But how? As it continued from 2, as you know that the while this is correct, then it will increment minus. And if n is equal to 2, and it will continue from there. So 4, 3, 1, 0. As 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, it came 4, 3, 1, 0. Now let me tell you about one line while statement. So similar to the if statement syntax, if your while clause consists only of a single statement, it may be placed on the same line as the while header. Let me show you. So here, before we kept it here, but now we kept it here. But if we keep it here, let's see what this comes. As this is correct, n minus 1, it came 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see what if it comes if I just be like this. Will it come the same answer? Yes, because there is no difference between that. And no coming wrong. It's the same thing. Now, if I keep nested while loop, when a while loop is present inside another while loop, then it's called the nested while loop. So, here is the example. I'm going to show you. So, this is called a while loop. Nested while loop. That means in a while loop, there'll be another while loop inside it. So, what is it going to press? So, it will be like if while a dot pop minus 1, then it will just go from here minus, then it will go here, then it will go here, and keep here next while b, and we can b minus pop 1. So then it will come loop, then while. If I execute it, it comes like the dash loop while, then buzz loop while, and fizz loop while, as it's minus 1, minus 1, and minus 1. So this is our end of our session. For now, bye bye.